my lovers, it's MJ from Ultra Love TV. Happy to be here with you guys. I like to connect with you with tarot. I'm a longtime yoga teacher. I'm the founder of Ultra Love, and I offer tarot and EFT. So feel free to check out the services, subscribe to Ultra Love, check out the apparel, the merchandise, and mostly give yourself a high five because you're awesome. I mean, life is so cray-cray, isn't it? And it's been such a tumultuous couple of years, few years even. It's been 3 years since the beginning of this Shazam. And, you know, we're never going to be the same. At the same time, I think our species is evolving, which is a good thing. So, okie dokie. My intention with tarot is to offer you divine guidance and loving clarity. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my tarot lovers. So for those of you who are in a committed relationship, there appears to be a bit of a conflict or a difference of opinion that's challenging your strength. I will get clarity on this situation. Obviously, you guys with tarot, with mediumship, with these sort of modalities, it's always important that it resonates. So it has to, like, you know, if you don't resonate with anything that a tarot reader is saying, then the messages are not for you, right? If there's a resonance, and certainly because I'm doing these back on most days, if there's a repeated theme that seems to be resonating and you feel called to book a private reading, that's what you do. So I do a pre-recorded 20-minute reading, or you can jump on a Zoom call. They're a little bit more pricey. Zoom call for 30 minutes or for an hour. Or again, a pre-recorded 20-minute reading can offer a lot of messages there. So that's, and it's really, really kind of easy to get to. So clarity on this situation, I'm going to look into specifically. I mean, the Two of Cups is, to me, simply meaning that we're talking about people who are in a relationship who have a reflective partner. And again, there's some sort of, like, you or your partner have had a bit of a perspective shift and you're not quite seeing eye to eye, or there's a bit of conflict, and this is testing your strength, okay? I'm such a hopeless romantic. These messages are difficult. So this, I mean, the World reverse, the Strength reverse, and then the Two of Cups reversed. This could signal for some of you guys that this is not these are not the joys you're looking for. This might not be the relationship for you, or your partner might decide that they're not digging it. For some of you, it could be maybe substance abuse. There's a Three of Cups reverse, which I often take as like a partying too much, drinking too much, socializing too much, and then they're not at home kind of thing with their partner. So the World reverse, Strength reverse, it's almost like maybe you've been going to couples counseling, or you've been yeah, like, you know, working on it, but it looks like there's no new beginning. And do you know what, interestingly, what I'm feeling here is that this is a long-standing relationship, and it looks like you still reflect each other, you still love each other, but one person is going through a bit of a shift of perspective, which is changing the foundation and then changing the world. And again, it might mean that there's just a bit of distance, or like a bit of a break for a bit, so that one or both people can kind of get back into their world, right? I've actually got the book for that one because I'm not as familiar with the terminology. So I'm gonna pick a few more cards for like divine guidance and loving clarity, spiritual guidance on this read, and then I'm gonna look up that Sita. So you guys, there's definitely an energy here of like, and this is ongoing, I think, continual good life lesson, is that when you get thrown lemons, make lemonade, you guys. It's more about the resilience that we foster when we're self-reliant, right? And yet all of these things have discernments because there's paradoxes. And as much as we can appear to be doing lots on our own, I think it's important to remember that we're not on our own, that none of us do everything by ourselves, that none of us are an island, that we're all interconnected, and that all of us truly, in a sense, get ahead by one another. Oh, that was a message in something else as well, that about this leaning into our communities, and regardless of the appearance of isolation or the appearance of aloneness, to remember that you're never alone, right? And that we're all in this together. There are infinite differences about us all. At the same time, there are powerful, super bonding, unifying aspects, right? Common denominators, things that we're all infinitely and eternally connected by. Right? No matter what, like whether we like somebody or not, they're a human being. You know, we don't have to go to sleep with them, right? Okay, let's look up Sita. Let's look up this. I acquired this last October, I think. Of course, I don't know it well enough to skip to the page. So this is a deity. And she is in the upright. So let's have a little read. You haven't died. You have devoted your entire self to a person or project, and your loyalty cannot be questioned. Even in the face of harsh treatment, you have endured in the name of love. Sita remained loyal to her husband Ram. Come on, Sita, get some... Despite being told he was dead, and when another king wanted to marry her. When her husband returned, he did not believe her fidelity. What a douche. She said, if I am telling the truth, I will jump into this fire and will not be burned. She stepped in the fire untouched, proving that she was indeed loyal. Sita understands how much you truly care and the sacrifices you have made. You have displayed selfless devotion. Selfless devotion, Sita. Which is one of the most holy things we can do. In serving those you love, what? You serve the divine. This is like legit the fashion that I've been feeling. I'm like, I've been so global, cosmic, like these big grand ideas. And then it was like all my roots got fried and foundations burned to the ground. And then the roots that those foundations were built upon also like heat. So once enough of the roots come out, it's just so unstable. And I've had a complete perspective shift around that, where I'm like, no, I love the world and I love the clients and my internet friends, but in truth, the priority of the value system is self-care, so that, and then financial care and physical care and home care for myself, so that I can look after my familia to the best of my abilities, right? The family and the people in our world, right? And then once you're aware of like that give and take and reciprocal kind of dynamics, if there's people that are not going to care for you or aren't there for you or then they're not for you, right? And as long as you're looking after yourself, those people that can vibrate with you, they'll show up. That seems to be what happens, right? And then there are people that show up that teach us profound lessons, that help us heal. Those are always kind of funky, a little bit painful sometimes, right? But the broader perspective, of course, is to forgive and to move on and to know that there's been some profound healing. And to discipline our minds, it's huge, right? Because often I think relationships can trigger some of our deepest, darkest shadows and the things that we would want to hide from or not want to look at. And then they're right there in our face. And it's like, gosh, it's very humbling, right? Very humbling when we see stuff. Oh, this card came out recently, the Forest. So, and for some of you, if you're going through some of this relationship sort of turbulence or unrest or slight conflict, you might want to get away. Go away to the forest. Go away into nature. Oh, just hold on a moment. I'm annoying myself. That's okay. Yeah. Oh, just got new nails and they're not working for me. Okay, so I'm going to get just 2 more cards from 2 different decks. I hope that you guys have a magical Thursday. Fly like an eagle into the future. Something is here about, again, like a broken record, but looking after yourself. If there's just too much conflict in a situation, it's probably best that you just take like some time, right? Some time apart, some distance, come back to yourself. And then that forest card is for some of you specifically. Go to the forest, go to the woodland, relate to the trees, find your juicy gems, right? Because I mean, certainly I would say that too, like travel, further study, things like that, I think are often great ways to get through a breakup. Invest in yourself, right? Like, because in a sense, relationships are where we're focusing, pouring our energy into, emotional energy, physical energy, mental energy. We're committed, right? We're loyal. So we're putting a lot of energy into another human being. You know, Course in Miracles talks about these special relationships as like not great. So it's really interesting on a philosophical level to actually noodle with the profundity and reality of what relationships are. Because I think a lot of the stuff that gets triggered is really coming up for healing and doesn't warrant sticking around. And do I talk Rasputas? Maybe. Let's pull one more card. Take flight. Yeah, okay, so that was coming through the Eagle and the Creator card. With the Sita, I think for some of you, there's going to be some really beautiful doorways opening. But this is all through your own will. This is not like somebody giving you something. This is you going, well... So it's like, say if somebody's like, I don't know if I can do this and I want to take a bit of a break, and you're like, okay, you do what you need to do for you. That changes my plans a bit, but I think I'll go travel, or I'll book a ticket, or I'll go to an ashram. I'm thinking of an ashram or a monastery or something like that. But take flight would tell me that there's some big expansion happening. There's a little bit of a freedom break and a release happening. Yeah, for some of you, you might end up coming back together, or you're just going to both go off and do some lovely things and not break up. And I think that's a great way to do it too. To kind of harmonize some of the drama of these things, right? Let's wrap that up, my lovers. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really love and appreciate all of you. I hope that you have a magical, wonderful day, and just keep swimming. Just keep loving yourself. Let's find some deep trust and faith in these times, for sure. Wishing you so much love, you guys. Have an awesome day. I'll see you real soon. Peace out. I'm MJ, by the way. Did I say that? Probably. La, 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 la.